Hi, this is the Rusted Willow, and my name is Tammie. If you like DIYs, hauls, flips, and everything farmhouse, you are in the right place. Okay guys, I am extremely excited to bring you this DIY because it is on a total budget. I made this flower tower for under $54. So let's get to it. All right, the first thing I bought was this cage wire. It was $16.48 at Lowe's, and that's where I got it. And I bought 2 rolls of this. And then I already had my wood on hand, but if you need wood, I made the frame out of, well, I didn't, my husband did, out of 2x3s that were 8 feet long. So this is everything you are going to need. And my flower tower measures 5 foot by 3 foot. You are going to need 2 2x3s, 1 2x4, 2 rolls of fencing, scrap, flat board, and you can use whatever wood you have on hand, 4 swivel wheels, cable ties, S-hooks, and 3 trash cans, which are optional. So this is my before pictures of all my flower mess. And I wanted to remind you guys that I am having some open collaborations coming up. I have one on August 3rd, August 14th, August 16th. And did you notice that $200 giveaway on that last one, guys? Pay attention. And one on August 19th. So here we go. I am so excited. We are getting started on this. Yes. Okay. So I told my husband what I wanted. We looked on Amazon. I actually found a grid unit that Heidi Sombel featured in her Craftroom organization video, which I will link down below. But that price was a little bit out of my price range. So I talked with my husband and we came up with a design that I thought would work perfect. So he is building the A-frame, and I just let him do it because he built this in a day. He actually built this in an evening, and he did the geometry to get the actual A-frame correct. So what he's doing here, he's using a Craig jig, and he's drilling those holes so that when he puts the screws in, they will be recessed. And he lined them up, and now he's just screwing the top of the A-frame together. But those boards are cut at an angle. I don't know what angle it is though. Okay, so after he put the A-frame together, then what he cut off the 2x3 he used as the bottom board for the support to keep the A-frame together. And there's the first side. And now he's just attaching it to the top of 2 2x4s that measure 3 feet. And guys, we had all this wood in our stash. We had a bunch of wood because we did some work down in our laundry room, and I'm always collecting wood and I won't let him throw anything away. So now he's not so angry with me because of my wood pile. Well, you got to use some. So there you go. So there is the A-frame put together. Both sides are attached to the 2x4s. Everything else are 2x3s. So now he's just building, well, he's not building. Now he's just cutting the board. And this is very thin. I believe it's like 1/4 of an inch underlayment or less to put in the bottom of the flower tower because I wanted to be able to store like canvases, cabinet doors, like anything that I don't want sitting out, I wanted to be able to stick in there and store inside there. So he's just measuring it out, and he'd already cut it to width, and now he cut it to length. So there you go. And there is the bottom shelf. He does tack that in with some staples. So now he's cutting the top to hold the actual A-frame in place, and that is also with a 2x3, sorry. Guys, if you are returning, I want to thank you so much. If you are new here, please go down and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you in our family, and I hope you join me on these next collaborations, and one of them is a $200 giveaway. Let's get back to it. And now I am using some Oops paint that I picked up at Lowe's, and it's not even paint, it's stain. It's very expensive stain, and it was in the color gray. Can you imagine that? And I just go over the whole thing and seal it with this stain, and it painted on like paint. Like, it was super thick. And that's what that looked like. Isn't that an awesome color? I love it. And there's the wire. You notice the doors are open on my car? My dogs are in there. They won't get out. They think they're getting ready to go bye-bye. Because I'm out in the garage. They will not get out of the car the whole entire time we're building this thing. So he's rolled out the wire because it's very stiff. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Rolling out the wire and holding it in place to staple it. So he stretches it out a little bit to kind of get it to straighten out, because you don't want your wire wavy. You want it to be, or your fencing, you don't want your fencing to be wavy. You want it to be pretty tight, because it's going to be holding a lot of weight from the flowers. So he is just stapling this on around the frame. And then he uses a screwdriver to kind of pull it straight and to make it tight. Make sure that it's not loose, because we don't want it to be wavy or loose, because it's going to be holding these flowers. So the tighter the better. However, be careful. Don't pull it too tight, because the wire fencing is not that strong and you will snap the squares. And if you snap the squares, then you've lost an inch. And this roll of wire fencing was 2 foot by 15 feet. So we made, well, I wanted it to fit on a certain wall. So if you want it bigger, then you would have to. So here we actually overlapped the wire in the middle. So the middle is very, very strong. And we used cable ties to tighten them together so that the wires weren't gapping. So anywhere there was a gap, we put a cable tie to hold it together, hold the wires together. But the overlapped part is the strongest part, and it's down the center. We were going to put a board for support, but I think overlapping the fencing works just as well. So no board needed. And these are the casters I got from Lowe's. They actually are locking swivel casters, and they were cheaper than just the swivel casters themselves. So I got 4 of those, and I believe they were $4.58 a piece. I just wanted to show you guys. So these are my swags. I hung the end of a rake up as tall as I could get it to my ceilings, and I hang them that way so they don't get messed up. Now those might move because I'm moving my flower tower over in this area, and I am clearing it out. So I've already got some flowers moved. I just got to move all those flowers out. Okay, now I'm showing you that I got a wild hair, and once I got that corner cleaned out, I decided, I'm gonna paint the floor. I got all kinds, well, I didn't get all kinds. I got 3 quarts of Oops paint from Lowe's for $2.50. Really nice paint. And I started with 1 quart, and I painted the whole corner there. And then we moved the cart over into that area. No, we didn't move the cart. We moved the shelf over next to the white shelf, and it scratched the floor. So I had to paint it all again. So instead of, because I only had a quart of that one color, I mixed it all together to make a darker color gray. And guys, I think I'm gonna have to go darker because it shows everything. Okay, I gotta show you this before I get it too full. But I added zip ties, like staggered. You can't tell they're staggered because these things are in the way, but they are staggered between the zip ties up top. And I left the little ties on there in case I didn't have that many flowers. I could make it tighter, so that way I wouldn't have to keep replacing it. But I put my longer flowers or taller flowers on the side because they have really long stems. And then as you can see, I haven't got all the way down with the zip ties because, guys, this takes a long time. I thought I would have this loaded in no time, but man, it's taken a long time. But anyway, I'm up here. I have a couple more rows of zip ties to use, but I gotta add more zip ties before I add more flowers. This is what it's looking like so far. If you haven't subscribed, go down and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and it would really help out my channel. So I am just showing you here how I attach the zip ties. I attach them like every third square in 2 squares of zip tie. And here's what it looks like full of flowers. Guys, I love, love, love this. I emptied 2 bins and a whole corner of flowers fit on here. And also these trash cans at the bottom, they held a lot. So I have flowers that I put out on my porch. I use fake flowers for fall and for winter, for Christmas time. And so that's what I have in there now, are the flowers that are going to go out on my porch. But as soon as I get those out on my porch, then I'm going to have more room for my other flowers. Oh, goodness. So my husband helped me get these on the actual flower tower because by this time I had painted the floor, I had loaded all of the flowers on here, and my back was killing me. And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget about the collabs that are coming up, guys. One of them has a $200 giveaway, so make sure you tune in for that one, especially that one. But I'd love it if you'd watch them all. All right, here's what it looks like all finished. I could not be happier. Oh my God, so exciting. I love it. And I use that rake to hang my swag still. I love that because I love old rusty tools. I don't know, I'm just weird. Anyway, I have it loaded with all my wood stuff. I have not put my wreath forms on the back yet, but I am going to be doing that soon. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to go down and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it because it really helps out my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and God bless. See you next time.